Hi everybody, this is Rune. Welcome to this tutorial where we're going to start drawing the walls on our house. If you want to draw this house with me, I suggest that you go back and follow this tutorial series right from the beginning. If you've done that, let's just get going. Looking at our drawing, we can see that it's basically one big rectangle. I'm just going to draw that to begin with. Rectangle has 4 lines. I'm going to draw one more line, L-I-N-E, it's my line command. I'm going to start it up in this corner, and then I know that this line is 20.9 meters long, so 20.9 meters, and I'm going to type enter, and then I'm going to click. Because it's a rectangle, I know that this edge is the same as that edge, so I'm just going to copy this one down here, and then I'm going to copy this one, copy, over here, and escape to get out of that command. Now I can tell from this measurement that the outer walls are all 36 centimeters wide. So I want to offset all of these inwards, 36 centimeters. I can do that by selecting them and using the offset command. So offset, enter, and then I'm going to type 36 centimeters, enter, and you can see that I can offset it on either side. I'm going to choose the inner side and escape to cancel. So if I want to repeat a command that I just used, I don't have to type it again. I can actually just press enter or space. So I'm going to press space now, and then I'm going to offset the rest of these lines here. Now we don't want these lines here, so we're going to trim them away. We're going to use the trim command for that. So I'm going to click and drag over these 2 lines, selecting them both, and then I'm going to type trim, enter. And it says select object to trim. So I'll click these 2 that I want to trim away, and I'm going to press enter. Now I want to do it in the other side as well. So click and drag, trim, and then click, click for trimming them away. Also up here, I don't want this line to go all the way across. So I'm just going to click and drag and trim here. All right, well done. Now, all these lines are single elements, but it's actually quite nice if I join them up. So I'm going to select all of them, and I'm going to type join. If I press escape now, you can see that if I click one, I actually select all of that. Now it's gone from being a collection of lines to being one polyline, so multiple line segments. And actually now it's a closed polyline because it doesn't have any openings. Now we've tackled the outside wall, I want to draw the inside walls. So the first ones we're going to look at are these kammer or chamber. It's the bedrooms for the children. I want to start by drawing this wall down here. We're not going to bother with the doors right now. We're just going to draw the walls. So I know that from up here, there's 64 centimeters. And then from this wall to that wall is 308 centimeters. But what is this distance between those two? Well, I can actually look over here on the first floor plan, and I can see that this wall, which is the same wall that has this hatched line over here, I can see from this drawing that it's 20 centimeters wide. So Rhino can actually do the math for me. Now I'm going to make a line. I'm going to start it from this corner just all the way over here. And I want to move this line down here now. I know that if I press move, and I can click here and move, but I can also click anywhere and just move as long as it's the same direction. It doesn't matter. But I want to move it 64, then I want to move it 20, and then I want to move it 308. And of course it's not millimeters, it's centimeters. So I'm going to type centimeters here. And then I'm going to click. So now I've moved that line from here to down here. This number shows me that the walls are 12 centimeters wide inside. So I'm going to offset the command we used before. I'm going to offset 12 centimeters here. So now I have this wall. These walls are a little bit harder because I actually have a measurement going from the center of the wall to that edge. So let's make a line. We're just going to draw it on top of the other line for now. I'm going to click here and then select it here. And we're going to move it 225 centimeters and click. So that's the center line of the wall. And I know I have another one over here, so I'm just going to do that again. Well, not move, rather copy 225 centimeters over here and escape to cancel. Again, I know that these walls are 12 centimeters wide, so I want to offset this line 6 centimeters that way and 6 centimeters that way. We're going to offset 6 centimeters that way and then that way. Now, actually, offset can also do both sides at the same time. So if I type offset, and you can see it saved the distance up here, so it's 60 millimeters. These options here, I can click on the both sides option. So if I click that, you can see that it's going to do both sides at the same time. Just something to make it easier if you need it. Now I want to delete the center lines because I don't need them anymore. And then I need something to cut them off with here. Of course, I know that that line is 308 centimeters from this line. So I'm going to copy this line and I'm going to copy it 308 centimeters this way. Escape to cancel. And then I'll select all of my lines here. I'm going to use my trim command. I'm going to say trim, 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 trim. I can also click and drag to trim, which is a little easier sometimes. Click and drag to trim. Trim that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, and that one. And then enter. And then I'm going to press join. Now if I just press zoom selected, you can see what I've done so far. The outer wall and these two chambers here. I think that's enough for this video because I don't want it to get too long. But follow along in the next one where we're going to finish off the walls and I'm going to show you a few more commands. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.